Okay, fun's officially over.
No!
Grab a free copy of Blackmagic DaVinci Resolve
Black gift.
and...
Shall we begin?
But first, a bonus tip. Use Shutter Encoder to convert your footage to an editing-friendly codec like ProRes, DNxHR, or Cineform. Playback will be smoother. Plus, you can denoise and reduce banding there too. See before and after? A lot better. You can do it inside DaVinci, but it might slow things down a lot. So, here we are in the edit page. There's a video I shot for this tutorial and a static background from my old project. First thing I want to do is to delete the audio as I don't need. Select the video, right-click, unlink clips. Now you can delete audio separately from video. Control-X, done. Then, in the Effects tab, search for 3D Keyer. Once you find it, drag and drop it onto your video. Make sure you have the effects icon selected because by default it's different. Now just hover your mouse over the video in the viewport and draw, as if it's Microsoft Paint. The goal is to make your object pure white and the background pure black, and that's it. Thanks for watching. See you later. Alright, that was the easy way, more suitable for a quick preview, not the final product. Now let's break down the better way. Delete the effect in the Inspector tab. Select both clips, right-click, New Fusion Clip. And we're moving to the Fusion page. Here we have some excessive nodes that latest DaVinci versions add by default. Don't need those. Let's select those two and delete. So what's left is our 2 clips and merge node. What it does is basically telling it to stack one clip onto another. So let's connect one missing clip. It's different from layer system of Adobe After Effects, but easy to get used to. Important to notice, those arrows have different colors for the reason. The green input is for the top video and yellow one for the background. Blue one is for mask, which we don't need right now. If I select the first clip and press 1, we'll see it in the left viewport, whereas our final image is on the right side by default, though you can choose any node and press 2, but I suggest keep it as it is. Now choose the Chromakey shot, then Shift Space, and look for Delta Keyer effect. If the new node was added disconnected, drag and drop it between those 2 nodes while holding Shift, and now it's time to set up this effect. In the right area, find the eyedropper icon, click and hold it while moving your cursor over the preview. As you move it, you see how the background is disappearing. The task here is to find the medium shade of background, not the darkest or brightest spot. Release the mouse, change the view mode to the matte, tweak the gain, don't try to remove the background completely here, one step at a time. Switch to pre-matte. In this mode, hover the mouse on the viewport and make a few rectangle selections as if you're selecting files on desktop. Cleans out a bit more. Switch to matte, tweak the threshold from both ends till the subject is white and background is black. Something like this. Unfortunately, this model wears light blue jeans, which isn't good for my 8-bit camera, so this area not gonna be pure white. Anyway, let's continue. Zoom in with a control scroll wheel. The edges could be smoother. Tweak the blur and erode dilate just a little. Those things are very individual, just tune it to your footage. Looks fine, I think. Maybe also clean foreground slightly. Switch to fringe. I've never felt a need to do anything here, but you can remove some extra color spill if you feel you need it. Let's get back to the final result. Enough of this black and white mess. Good idea to zoom in hair. That's usually the most problematic part. Well,
Not bad.
except for these horrible blue edges during fast movements. Remember I told you about different shutter speeds? Here's the second footage I shot with a shutter speed of 1/200. See? A lot cleaner. So, if you know your object is going to move fast, use faster shutter speeds as well. I could set it even faster, but then the footage would be too dark. I'd have to raise ISO, and that, eventually, would suck big time. Let's get back to our main footage. I don't know if you noticed, but the blue screen doesn't cover the left upper angle. Very small issue. Could have just zoomed in. But instead, let's learn how to mask it. Click on this icon and draw around the model. Every click makes a point. Now click the very first point, and you made a loop. Select the multi-poly node by clicking on its output, the square shape. You need to hold both left mouse button and Alt key. Drop the arrow on Delta Keyer node and release it. The menu will pop up. Choose
Garbage.
Matte. Press Invert, a little soft edge.
Done.
Now I personally want to blur a background partially. Right now there's like 0 depth in it, so I'm going to add some blur only to the distant wall. Using mask again, this time let's use rectangle. Drag and move it in all directions to place it, that's rather intuitive. Add box blur node, put it in between background picture and merge node, remember holding shift. Connect the mask to the blue input. Now you see some blur, but the ceiling and floor aren't blurred. Another thing I'd like to show you, an effect called light wrap. Basically, it's like an advanced merge node that makes edges being lit accordingly to the background. It's not a free effect, unfortunately. I still have no idea why they don't have it by default. There are tutorials that teach how to make this effect from scratch, but the setup is rather complex for such a simple effect. Previously, there was a thing called Reactor, which allowed to import free scripts, but the latest version of DaVinci ditched it, and now it's only in the paid version, so thank you very much, Blackmagic. However, this effect is quite optional. Generally, when you know exactly what background is going to be used, you can highlight the object with the needed color during the shooting. Professionals do so. Anyway, let's bring in another node, Color Corrector. Self-explainable, right? Depending on where you place it, it will affect either one of the media pieces or both at once. It's useful to blend things together. You may play with all those settings, but I feel like I don't need it here. The next stage is going to be color grading. That's another broad topic. I'll just do a few things to make the clip more appealing. In the editor page, search for adjustment layer, drag and drop it over your clip, make it the same duration, go to the color page. Here we'll add some nodes as well, but first let's analyze the video. Choose vectoroscope, turn on everything. Now, as I move my cursor over skin, it shows me whether I'm on or off the skin line. Make sure the qualifier is selected. This one looks blurry, but seems fine. Switch to waveform. Here we can check the brightness of the skin. Should be around 70. Looks fine. Now let's add some contrast and saturation. The temperature is not necessary, but I personally like shifting it to make colors cooler. Now choose the vignette effect and drag and drop it onto the node. I already know the settings as I'm using it quite often, but you'd better experiment for yourself. Maybe you don't need it. It's all up to you. Now it's time to export the finished masterpiece. Go to Export page, put the cursor in the beginning of the clip, press I, then put it in the end, press O. That's going to be the selection for the render. Now type in some fancy name and choose the folder to save. I recommend the MP4 format. By default, it's QuickTime, but some platforms and messengers don't accept it. Set the bitrate around 10,000.
Is it decent quality and small size? Add to render queue. Render all. You finished it. Or maybe you just skipped to this very part. Anyway, congratulations. Oh, almost forgot. That's what I came up with for this tutorial. If you think the video was somewhat useful, like, comment, subscribe. If not, please share this video so that more people will know how bad it is. If you make something, don't hesitate to share in comments or tag me on Instagram, link in bio. And now, I think it's time to
end this.